welcome to my channel. I'm Beth Ewan. Today's practice, we are going to do very gentle movements, and our theme today is reflection. So reflecting, turning in, looking at where we are in this moment. This can be a really good thing to do. It's mid-year, so we can look at where we are and maybe a little bit where we're going. Um, this isn't really, I'm not trying to make this a space for any type of rumination or any anxiety. I want us to look at where we are, see who you are, and embrace that. Be here now. And if you have a journal, maybe have it close to your mat for after class. Maybe you'll have things come up that you want to just write out. And that can help you maybe set some goals for the near future. Um, anything that comes up. I'm not going to offer any specific journaling prompts today, but just if something comes up, you might want to write it out. Yes. And if you have one block, you might want to have it nearby. You don't need it, but it's nice to have for close to the end of class. So to begin, you can sit cross-legged, or I'm sitting on my heels, so you can sit on your heels. Take a deep breath, connect with your breath, connect with the moment. Loop your arms around and up on an inhale, filling the lungs all the way up. And exhale, palms face down, pushing the air away. One more like this. Inhale, arms rise. And exhale, arms fall. Inhale, arms lift. And then bring your right arm in front of you, left arm behind you for a gentle twist. Maybe bringing your right hand towards your left knee and turning out towards the left. Your hips staying where they are. Just a gentle twist from the navel. Inhale, find a long spine. And exhale, pull the navel up and in and twist a little deeper. Inhale, both arms rise. Exhale, left hand comes down to touch the mat and reach your right arm over towards the left for a side body stretch now. Really pushing into that left hand, keeping length in both sides of the waist. One more deep breath. And on your next inhale, bring both arms up overhead, reach tall. And exhale, bring your left arm forward, right arm back. Twist over towards the right. Using your core to bring you into the twist. Your hand is just here to guide you, not to pull you deeper. Big inhale. Big exhale. Now your next inhale, untwist and bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, right arm comes down. Left arm reaches over across towards the right side. Breathing in to the left side of your ribs. One more deep breath in and out. Inhale, both arms rise. Reach tall. And exhale, palms facing down. Swoop your arms down along the side. Shift your hips off to one side and bring your feet out in front of you. Spread them a little bit apart. We're going to do some windshield wiper movements. So going along with the theme of reflection, we're going to work with some internal rotation of the hips and the shoulders. So turning that hip in and turning the opposite hip in. After a few of these, we're going to move into deer pose. So you're going to move your hips kind of back a little bit. Bring your left shin parallel to the top of the mat. And then bring your right shin. It can be parallel to the long edge of the mat. So that it can be like this if you need it to be, or else you can make a 90-degree angle with your hips to find that deep internal rotation in your right hip. Don't sit up too far if it hurts. Only go as far as is comfortable. You should feel this in your right hip. Bring a lot of attention to this space and don't go too far. I'm not really going to move from this position. Once I get my legs here, I can really feel this here. So I don't really go anywhere. I just let that be and feel into it. I'm kind of propped up on my left hand behind my left hip. And just let gravity take hold. And keep both feet kind of flexed here. If this isn't comfortable, just stick with the windshield wiper movements back and forth. And just breathe deeply. Our hips don't see a lot of internal rotation throughout the day or even throughout our yoga practice. So this sometimes feels very unique. It can be very intense. So don't feel any type of way if it's not for you today. Let's take one more breath here. Bring that right knee up a little ways. And come back to face the long edge. Maybe doing another windshield wiper motion. And switching to the opposite side. So now your right shin is parallel to the short edge of the mat, while your left shin is parallel to the long edge of the mat. Maybe having a 90-degree angle here. And just feeling into that left hip now. Notice how that internal rotation feels. And just be with it. Breathing slow and deep. Imagine your breath is filling up your left hip like a balloon. And I'm closing my eyes here. Please feel free to close your eyes as much as you can during today's practice. Just be very mindful. Take one more deep breath in and out. Bring that left knee up. Come up. Bring your feet flat. And windshield wiper motions again if that feels good. Let's come onto all fours, turning towards the front of the mat. Palms under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Tuck your toes under. Spread your fingertips wide. Push into your fingertips and knuckles and lift your hips up and back. Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. Really feel length in the spine here. Your ears are in between your biceps. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to. If you want to straighten your legs, just make sure your spine stays long, your tailbone pointing up to the back corner of the ceiling. Inhale, yawn your right leg up and bend your knees, stack your hips, little twist. And exhale, bring your knee toward your nose and step your foot in between your hands, close to your right thumb. Drop that back knee and inhale, come up, low lunge, Ardha Alana. Breathing slowly. Make sure your foundation is there, strong into your feet, into your thighs. Bring your hands down beside you and interlace your hands behind your back. So you're making a little fist here. Very slight internal rotation in your shoulders. Try to bring your wrists together to touch. Relaxing the shoulders down the back. You can really feel your torso pushing in to your arms and your arms pushing into your torso here. Find that very sweet spinal alignment here. Standing up tall. Big inhale. You can release the interlaced hands. Place your hands on the inside of your front foot. Curl your back toes under for your runner's lunge here. Or this is also called a lizard pose. You can kind of move your hips side to side, really sink down. Let's move into an easy twist. So bring your left hand closer in, maybe below your face. And exhale, bring your right arm up and twist out towards the right. You can place your right hand on your low back to make sure that that is neutral. You're twisting from the navel, not from the hips. So imagine you're trying to balance something on your hips here, and you can do so without it falling. Big inhale. Exhale, replant that hand. Inhale, sink low. And exhale, step your left foot forward to meet the right. Feet parallel, hip width apart. Bend your knees generously, fold forward. Uttanasana. Maybe holding on to either elbow, whatever feels best for you, swaying side to side. Inhale, lift halfway so your back is parallel with the mat. Exhale, fold forward again. And inhale, really push into the feet and roll up one vertebra at a time. And coming into mountain pose with your palms shining forward. Relax the shoulders, pulling the hip points up towards the chin. Let's interlace our hands behind the back, relaxing the shoulders down the back, maybe bringing the shoulder blades closer together as the palms of the hands meet. If interlacing your hands is difficult, maybe you can hold on to either a forearm or just leave it out. Maybe just have your palms face back behind you. We're just playing with the internal rotation of the shoulders. So however you can do that, whatever feels best in your body today. Just reflect on that and no judgment. Release the clasp of the hands. Inhale, palms rise up overhead. Exhale, palms come together to meet at heart center at prayer. Inhale, circle your arms down, round and up. One more. And exhale, fold forward, bending the knees. Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, then step back to down dog, or you can go through plank. Exhale to cobra, or exhale to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Dust your fingertips on the mat. And exhale to down. We all meet here. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Inhale, so you bring your left leg up. Bend your knees, stack the hips. Exhale, bring your knee forward and bring your foot as close to the left hand as you can, maybe carrying it with your hand. Inhale, low lunge. Bring your hands down. Find that strong, low lunge foundation, pressing strongly into that front foot. And again, let's interlace our hands behind the back. Maybe try the more unusual way to interlace, so having your opposite thumb on top. Shoulder blades move down the back. And again, pressing the torso, the back body in towards the hands or the arms, and your arms back into the torso. Feel a little squeeze here. And a nice tall spine, keeping your head in line. One more deep breath in. And on your exhale, bring your hands to the mat. On the inside of your left foot, tuck that back toe under, runner's lunge, really sinking into your hips, making any movements that feel good. You can always keep this back knee down if that feels better for you while you're in this posture. Moving into our easy twist, bring your right hand below your face. Tuck that back toe under if you put your knee back down. Inhale, reach your left arm up overhead, shining your heart off to the left. Trying to keep that left knee in line with the second toe. And again, think of balancing something on your hips. You're twisting from the navel, using that right hand to guide you. One more deep breath in. And on an exhale, plant your hand back down onto the mat. Breathe in deeply. And exhale. Bring your right foot forward for your forward fold. Moving any way that feels good. Swaying side to side. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. Roll one vertebra at a time to your mountain pose. Fanning your chest forward. Really engage the thighs. Again, let's interlace our hands behind your back. Bringing the heels of your hands together to touch. Your shoulder blades coming closer together. And pressuring your torso into your arms very slightly. And closing the eyes if it's comfortable when we're in stillness in these postures. Release your interlaced hands. Inhale, reach your arms around and up overhead. Hands fuse. Bring your prayer hands down towards your heart. Inhale, reach your arms around and up again. And exhale, bow forward. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your palms. Step it back. You can drop to your knees, or you can be in plank. Exhale, lower to your belly. Inhale, cobra. No hands, pressing your hips and the tops of your feet into the mat. And exhale, push up to your knees. And bring your knees closer together, feet coming together. Set your hips back down towards your heels. And fold forward for child's pose. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat here comfortably, you can place a block underneath your forehead to find more length in your neck. And bring your hands back towards your feet. Palms facing up, allowing gravity to pull your shoulder blades apart from each other. Taking 3 deep breaths here. And bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push up slowly. Shift your hips to one side. Bring your feet out in front of you. Shift your seat forward towards the center of the mat. And have your block near your hips. Roll down one vertebra at a time. To lie down on your back. Palms face down next to your hips at full length. And bring your heels in to where your fingertips just about graze your heels. This should be a good position for you. Otherwise, you can adjust once we get into our position. We're moving into Setubandha Sarvangasana, our bridge pose. If you have a block, you can put it between your thighs and really squeeze onto this block. It will really help you maintain your balance and really engage here. So if you're using a block, do so. Always just imagine you're squeezing a block so your knees point directly up. Inhale, you're going to lift your hips up off the mat, pressing into your feet and into your arms. Take a few breaths here. And here we can interlace our hands behind your back as well. So interlace your hands behind your back. Bring the heels of your hands together to touch. And when you're bringing your shoulder blades down, because you're on them, you kind of have to rock onto one shoulder blade to fold the other shoulder in. So my teacher calls that shimmying the shoulders. And this should give you more space in your neck. If it's uncomfortable, do not do it. Just do it. Have your palms flat like they were. And just push into your arms. 2 more breaths like this. Strong quads. Squeezing into that block. And exhale, roll down one vertebra at a time, releasing your hands. Shift your hips off to one side and bring your knees over towards the left. So you shift your hips off to the right so you can drop your knees over to the left for your little reclined twist. I like to have my arms in a cactus shape, trying to ground the right shoulder blade. And you'll see I kept this block in between my thighs. It really feels good for me there. If you don't have a block, then maybe you're just holding your knees, or maybe you're just letting them fall. One more deep breath in this twist. And bring your knees back up to the central, and moving to the other side. So shift your hips over towards the left side of the mat and drop your knees over to the right. Breathing slow and deep and controlled. Feeling the breath traveling all the way down to the belly. And coming back up. Inhale, bring your knees back up. And shifting your hips to be in the center of the mat. Maybe readjusting your shoulders. So your shoulder blades are nice and flat. Your hips are nice and flat. And extending one leg at a time. Come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let gravity take hold. Close down your eyes if it's comfortable. And just be here. Noticing how your body feels. If it feels any different than it did before practice. Bringing your attention to your breath. Taking several breaths here. And taking time to reflect on where you are now in your journey. Not being overly critical, just being observant and still. We'll take about 5 more deep belly breaths here. Stay in Shavasana if you wish, if you can. Always let's wiggle our fingers and toes, reaching your arms up overhead. Big stretch. Rolling over to one side. Slowly, slowly. Take your time. And push yourself up to take a seat in whatever way is comfortable for you. Bring your hands to prayer. Give gratitude to yourself for coming to the mat. And I'll close our practice today by chanting Om one time. Inhale to join me if you wish. Om. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel good after this class. If you did have your journal nearby, I recommend opening it up, just taking pen and paper, just writing out anything that might have come up during today's practice. And taking the time just to reflect on whatever that was, um, whatever it might be. It might be personal. Um, so yeah, just take time to do that if you can, and I will see you in the next class. Please give this class a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you don't, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.